So in our last video, we talked about a spend analysis, but we only briefly talked about it. So let's dive a little bit more into it in topic 3 here. So what's a spend analysis? We take a closer look at the data that we have in our ERP system, our Enterprise Resource Planning System. So when we pull this up, we're going to see what we bought, when we bought it, what quantities, from who, and under what terms and conditions. There'll be a lot more data underneath that, but these are our main areas that we're going to be looking at, because we're going to try to see how we can possibly save money. Maybe we notice that we're spending an awful lot of money at one particular vendor, and we don't have any type of deal with that vendor going on. Well, this can tell us that we've spent X number of dollars there, and now we can use that information and negotiate with that vendor saying, hey, you know, we spent this much money with you guys last year or the last couple of years. Can you guys cut us a break? Maybe give us 3% discount or a 5% discount on our orders for this year, or free shipping or something like that. You know, if you don't negotiate and you don't ask for certain things, you won't get them. You have to ask for it. And you never know if you'll even get it. So just ask. And if you do ask and they say no, you're not any worse off. But if they say yes, well, you're 100% better then, because you've gotten what you've asked for. So always ask when you go to your vendors and ask for, let's say, better terms, or maybe negotiate pricing or something. So we have to, when we do this, we can also identify maybe the best organizational structure to identify improvements. So maybe we need to standardize our opportunities. Do we have the same process for our purchase requisitions? If we're decentralized, is all our decentralized locations doing the same thing when it comes to a purchase requisition? Or if it's centralized, is there a possibility that maybe we can make it a standard and maybe decentralize it a little bit? Maybe go into the hybrid model. We can also aggregate. If we are in a decentralized or a hybrid, we can take a look and see, well, maybe there's some opportunities we can take advantage of because of all our outlying offices are making all these purchases. So if we make a blanket purchase order contract, maybe we can get a better pricing, because now we can have a national account or something of that level, and all our offices can take advantage of better pricing, or maybe better shipping terms or something like that. Then we also can identify duplication. We might identify that, well, we had one job, one project we were working on, and we were duplicating effort because 2 sites were working on the same job instead of it just being under one site. And we noticed, well, we were doing twice as much work than we actually needed to. Well, we have to identify that stuff. And then we have our supplier performance differences. So if we have to maintain our supplier performance, because if they're not performing to the level that we need to let them know. And if they're not willing or not able to bring their performance level up to a level that we expect, and that's reasonable, we may need to start looking for a different supplier. So all of these things could be identified with a simple spend analysis. Now, there's different projects that you'll do. For example, in this course, we have our Procurement Project, which you'll get an Excel file of approximately 20,000 lines. And you'll have to do a spend analysis. And you'll have to make some recommendations on ways to take advantage of opportunities by analyzing the data. And this project is meant to be vague. And as the professor, I'm not going to give you, this is how you do the project. I'm going to leave it in your hands. So when you do it, think of all the different possibilities. How are you going to analyze it? Are you going to look for trends? Are you going to look for patterns? Are you going to look for opportunities? Are you looking for duplication? All these different things you can look for. And it's a possibility that you might be able to improve them, and there might be some savings opportunities there. So this is just one tool that we can use to help meet our competitors, or to meet and be competitive in the market, and also meet our customers' needs. So next we're going to talk about another tool, which is another one we can use to make ourselves stand out in the market.